No, he said he needs to control it.
Yes, you need to control it.
If
you cannot control your emotion when something go bad, what you think gonna happen?
That's true.
Which is why before this podcast I said, niggas shouldn't cry. Welcome to the Morning Session podcast, brought to you by the Morning Session Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get everything started, I would like to tell you that we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of other podcasting networks.
That's dope, bro.
So if you're watching
we're elevating
ourselves. So if you're watching us on YouTube, go subscribe to our Spotify. We got to get those numbers up. If you're watching on YouTube and that little thingy on the bottom of the video is red right now, I want you to click on it, subscribe.
Yeah,
be part of this
make
game.
Sure it's great.
Be part of this group, this awesomeness, this session that we bring to you as often as we can. Because, we have lives to live.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Gotta get the money.
Gotta chase the money.
No, we don't chase it.
The money be running away sometimes, so you gotta shoot it and chase it down to get
it. What's going on, Tito?
Hola, bienvenido.
Bienvenido, my boy. Habla español. He's saying too much. I don't know the rest. But on today's relevant topic, what are we going to be talking about? We are going to be talking about leadership, leading, and what it takes to win. So, Mark, what is your opinion on that idea?
Well, leadership, what it takes to win. Oh, I like being a leader. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like to follow nothing at all. But sometimes you just have to do as a leader, you just have to do what's best for your group, what's best for you, to put you in the position to maintain your leadership. So that's one of my strategies. Like, I always listen to everybody because everybody has something to say, and sometimes they might be right. You just have to consider it and listen. That's what make a great leader, just because you're above them and they see you as a leader doesn't mean you don't have to listen to them. That's the best strategy I can think of.
Well, to me, what it takes to lead is somebody with the ability to listen. Because sometimes people hear you, but they're not listening to you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people are speaking, but they're speaking to you. And then sometimes people are speaking at you. So as a leader, you can't be speaking at people. When you speak at a person, they don't hear you. They don't hear you and they don't even listen to you. So as a leader, you gotta speak to the person and make sure the person is listening to you, not just hearing you. Because hearing is the action of hearing is an act of hearing sound. I can be hearing sound and not paying attention. When I'm listening, I'm paying attention. That is true.
That's true. That is true. You do very different.
He's right. It is weird. It is what it's a little funny. But yeah, so as a leader, you gotta differentiate those two. And so far in my life, I've had the worst philosophy you could ever have. Because like you said, you always wanted to be, you always want to be leading. You don't want to follow. I always had a problem with those kind of people because I always feel like they were the kind of pick me person. Always want to be first and foremost, even though sometimes they weren't the best to be doing their job. They're always putting themselves out front, doing shitty jobs sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I always had a little thing against leaders. But at the same time, I never liked the idea of following. So anytime I was in a group, I was always the black sheep. I was never following the shepherd because I knew the shepherd sometimes was bullshitting and didn't know what to do properly. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't really leading because I'm not the shepherd. I'm just the black sheep running amok doing whatever I want.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But like Kanye say, I'd rather be a dick than a swallower. So I don't like following people. I always have the mindset that you're not gonna lead me where I need to be. And I know where I want to be, so I have to lead myself.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that because only you know where you're going, and nobody else other than you can lead you directly to there.
If I'm following you, it's like a blind man just following a fucking hearse or something. Oh, but yeah.
Then yeah, but remember after the lesbian thing you went to, after that I had a change of heart.
Oh yeah, like when after the lady called you an idiot. Oh.
Yeah, she said an idiot. Well,
And then some.
she
Right?
has
I
a-
just put it nicely.
yeah,
right?
she has a right to her opinion. I have a right to my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody has a right to their opinion.
Wait, you mean the conference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really grill you. Wow.
Yeah, they grilled me. They grilled me on that one.
A group of rich people just standing around you pointing.
Here's the thing though. The reason why this one stuck with me was because it was two black ladies in high position of power, which means they actually had their shit together. They weren't just niggas bullshitting their way to the top. So they actually had their shit together to be in that position. So that's why it got to me. But like at the same, like after hearing them talk to me, I had a change of heart. I didn't want to be a follower. I wanted to lead. So I stepped up my game. I plan on leading.
We plan on leading.
And
How's that going?
once again, people have proven to me the reason why I never wanted to be the leader and why I always wanted to be the black sheep of the group. People are annoyingly, disgustingly naive, procrastinators, and lazy, and sometimes unwillingly incompetent. And as a leader, you're only as good as your team.
What is true?
So when you start
Well,
leading a bunch of
if you're
incompetent-
only as good as your team, and your team is bad, I think you're the problem.
sometimes not
You have to enforce certain things on people.
Gordon Ramsay.
You cannot tell them. You cannot just be a leader and let them do whatever they want that will not benefit your end goal.
Gordon Ramsay.
Like, why are they here for?
Mark, Gordon Ramsay.
That mean they not following you?
I don't know, like if you put like LeBron on like look at Giannis on the Bucks. Niggas, they lose like 5 games in a row. Now, I think Giannis is a good leader. You know, say you saw him swap a line with Giannis for like LeBron on the Bucks. They still losing. Because it's trash team. You know?
See what I mean?
That is not true.
LeBron can.
That is not true. The Lakers is a trash team without LeBron.
Oh yeah, exactly. But he has like some good people around him sometimes. But like like the people around him.
It's just the level of leadership. Like,
It's not
Giannis has not proven himself yet.
He's pretty good.
Like, he's pretty good, but like, is he good as a leader though?
Like you said,
You gotta understand.
Is he good as a leader?
Mark.
Like, LeBron come to Miami, right? What he did to Miami? Changed Miami.
Yeah, but
He went back to
he-
Cleveland. What he did to
He
Cleveland?
did Dwayne Wade Chris Bosh.
Huh?
If he didn't have Dwayne Wade Chris Bosh, he wasn't doing that. When he was in Cleveland before he got to Miami, he didn't
Okay.
have the good people around
He
him.
come to Miami doing. He was like what? Doing with a team, right?
Yeah, he was.
Take over. He take over. Went back to
But
Cleveland.
Dwayne was still there though.
Yeah, he had good people.
Yeah, exactly.
He went back to Cleveland. What? Kyrie thought he was a leader.
Yeah, but he had Kyrie.
He
Exactly.
took over Kyrie. He
But
just
Kyrie still
he
has
said
skills.
he told Kyrie, "Follow me. I'll take you to the championship."
Exactly.
You gotta
Exactly. So you
Mark.
you have to wage your people the way you want them. Like,
But
you
gotta
know what
understand-
you want.
Mark, you gotta understand. Put LeBron on a team of amateurs that doesn't even know how to shoot basketball. He can only score so much. He can only give them good shots. So give them good passes. He cannot shoot the ball
You
for
have
them.
the
They
leadership
need the
to
fucking
make.
skill to actually
You
shoot the ball
have
in
the
the basket.
leadership to make them better. Like, your leadership is to make them better. Like, if you have procrastinators, you have to help them stop procrastinating.
You're just carrying dead weight at that point. You can only
You have to do what's
you can-
necessary to
you can-
succeed,
you
bro.
can only carry the
You
dead
have
weight
an
for
end
so
goal.
long.
How you gonna reach it if you're not willing to put the work in?
You can only carry the dead weight for so long.
Because as good a leader as LeBron in Spain, he don't win every time. He definitely don't.
I mean,
win.
like, sure, you can't win every time. Like, other teams are getting better too.
Sometimes he does
Let's not make this a LeBron thing. This is a leader thing. LeBron as a leader can only do so much. Gordon Ramsay as a chef can only make shit taste so good. It's not gonna be a 7-star meal. It's still gonna be shit.
What I'm saying is that if you got a team that made of lazy people, procrastinators, as a leader, it is your goal to help those that are lacking those skills.
Okay,
Like,
Mark,
you have to give them the tool. You have to help them get to the mindset where they can do the work, bro.
you cannot change somebody's mindset. That is fucking impossible.
If you can't understand what Mark said.
No, I understand what Mark is saying. As a leader, you gotta be able to change people and move people.
Yeah, but sometimes
But you cannot move somebody that doesn't want to be moved.
Okay, then they don't belong here.
Exactly.
But some people are, but you're stuck with some people on teams that you cannot get rid of. That's why I said
Chelsea,
they are
I
dead
get
weight.
rid of you if you.
They are dead weight.
I will get rid of you.
Okay,
if
Mark.
you're not
Let me
moving.
give you an example
Go ahead.
of something that I would consider as a dead weight. Currently, I'm on a team. I'm the leader of that team. The first semester. Let's go by semesters for the way time is progressing in that group.
Mhm.
The first semester, the thing was simple. I give everybody tasks, and then I went through all the tasks myself and make sure they're all proper.
Mhm.
Everything was done. Some people didn't do their tasks, but it wasn't really major. I assigned them tasks,
Mhm.
and everything was good.
See, that's
And let me finish. And then I went ahead and was like, okay, we're gonna have to put some rules. Y'all do your shit by this time, and then I'm gonna check it by this time, and then I'm gonna submit it then. Second quarter goes, and I was also gonna include some draconian measure where if you do not do your shit, I'm penalizing you for that. But the teacher was like, yo, that is not the proper way to be doing this. This is supposed to be a little bit more fun. Don't do that. So I chill back a little bit. I don't mind. I can be a nice guy when I'm leading. I can be an ass too. So I was like, I want to be nice. Then do the draconian measure. If you fail, you fuck up. I was still playing on. I'm catching up for you, and you get to do shit. Second time goes by. This time I messed up, so I can't really blame them on that. I saw 5 o'clock. I thought 5 o'clock, but it was 2 o'clock. So we submitted it late, and I checked everything. So there was no actual way to keep accountability for that semester. Then the next one after that, I assigned everybody specific tasks, told them when it's due, and guess what? Many of them started halfway through it, didn't do shit. So when I was in front of the teacher asking questions, I looked like a fucking fool, like a fucking idiot. And the thing is, I give them plenty of time, ample time to do the thing. They didn't do it. So now, I'm gonna be an ass. They don't get a choice unless they go through me. It's that simple. There's only so much you can do as a leader.
I mean, like, I listen to what you're saying. Is like when you're setting the foundation, you have to make sure like people know that it is enforced. You know, like you have to. It is for the better of the group.
A lot of things
Like you have to do it.
A lot of things are enforced, Mark. The speed limit is enforced. People go over there all the time. Some people don't care about the rules and like punishments. That's what I'm trying to get to you at. They don't care about that. That's dead weight. You can't solve that issue as a leader. If somebody doesn't care, you can't make them care. You could try to make it about them and see if they'll care, but they might still not care. Some people are just that stupid and want to see the world burn. So as a leader, there's only so much you can do. But as a leader, even there's so much thing you can do. As a leader, you still need the drive to actually do those things. So Mark,
Yeah, like
what would you
sometimes.
say is the attribute of people who has that drive to lead?
For me, it's just in my blood, bro. Like it's in my DNA.
I wish you could give us some actual answers.
Like since I was born, I was like, man, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get a degree, but it ain't for me to look for a job. I just need something to make my mom proud because she'll be like, yeah, get your education. Make my dad proud. They're always big on school, but I don't have the care for school.
Let me ask you a better question since you're rambling. What is the price for greatness? To be a great leader,
greatness?
to be great, to be one of the greats, to be Alexander the Great.
Consistency and hard work. Do hard work and stay consistent to it.
That's hard.
That is all, and that is facts, like Tito said. But life sometimes give you some wild cards, man.
Yeah. Like,
So those,
not everything gonna go as expected.
so that is not all you need to be one of the greats, to be put in the
the
history
thing
books.
is, when life don't give you what you need, you have to find another way. Like, if I break this, I can put it back. But there's various ways I can put it back.
Or you could just make another one.
There's that too.
That's not putting it back.
But I'm not gonna do another
That
one.
doesn't make you great.
Like there's various ways you can get to the same solution.
That
Like
doesn't make you great.
Like consistency important, you know.
Yeah,
Dog, like
I can't really speak on consistency at all.
That's amazing. Like you know how like inspiring it is that you could do something every single day and get good at it, like no matter what it is. Right?
Actually, the thing is, like, I can speak about consistency, but I can only do it in verse. A while back on this podcast, I was like, I'm consistently inconsistent. That is the best I got.
Consistency and verse is an oxymoron.
What'd you say?
Consistency and verse is an oxymoron, dog. It's those two different things.
Okay, okay. So I have a drawing Instagram, and like, yeah, I'm not gonna plug myself in, but y'all can find me out on there if you look for it. But yeah, here's how I do it. I don't really post there a lot, and I don't really draw like a drawer does. But every once in a while, I'll be posting one post a week for a whole week. Be going for a whole month. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I drop something, and then you don't see me for a whole 6 months. Consistently inconsistent, man. You know, gotta keep them on their toes, keep them guessing.
But yeah, like if you wanna succeed at something, just stick to it. Hard work really do pay off, bro.
Well, to me, to be one of the greats, to be greatness, you need, let's see, I'm gonna say 5. I might not reach to 5 because I'm thinking of a specific things in my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
1, like you said, you need consistency. You gotta be consistent with this shit. You can't be great today and be not great tomorrow. The average of that is mediocre, and that is not great. So you gotta be consistently consistent. 2, you said was?
Wrong, bro. That's your list.
Okay, 2, other than consistency, the biggest factor to all of greatness, at least to my life, is luck. Because no matter what people say, life is going to do some wild card at you. You need luck on your side sometimes to get that 7 back to back to back. Roll that 6 again and again and again,
I mean,
and playing for it. You
I
know?
don't know. I don't know about luck.
Luck?
Yeah, some people don't believe in it.
Whether you believe in luck or you don't, just know it's all around you
Like,
and it's participating in everything you do.
if there's luck, then just know I made my own luck. like that's fine. Like,
Luck, no, let me tell you, luck is the opportunity that passed in front of you. Whether you capitalize on that luck or not is on you. Which means you need that luck factor. You're walking down the hall, some random guy bump into you, and you apologize, start talking to the guy, and guess what? He's the CEO of a great company. You bump to him by accident. That is luck. You're driving down the road, you see a guy, you weren't even planning on going there. A friend just invited you to come to campus that day. And you decided to come. You're driving down the road, some guy's in an accident, you go and save him. And then 2 years down the line, he's your best friend, you're marrying his daughter, a wonderful gal.
What?
That is luck. I'm just giving random sequence. I'm giving random sequence of
that
events.
is crazy.
Random sequence
That
of
is
events
crazy.
that are not related upon, but you capitalize upon them.
That
Because
is
in one of them,
crazy.
because in the first one, after you bump into that guy, after saying sorry, you had to talk to him, you had to engage, and you had to prove your worth to become friend with that CEO. And that second one, you could have just kept driving and let the guy die in the accident, but you chose not to. So luck, you gotta like capitalize on it, but it is a factor in being great. So you need consistency, you need luck, and second of all,
That's
you need.
That's third.
Well, I think everybody in this podcast who's watching this podcast know that when I say I'm giving numbers, I don't keep count like that. So I must say, third of all,
consistent, bro.
exactly.
That was your first one.
I'm consistently inconsistent. That is consistency right there. But third of all, other than luck and consistent, you need an unmatchable drive. Like, you're gonna get depressed, things are gonna fail, things not gonna go your way, shit's gonna go south. You need that drive. Mark think he was born with it. I think people create that drive and people build it within themselves as they grow. But you need that drive because you're gonna be pushed down, you're gonna be kicked down. You need that drive to get back up to stay at it. Because that drive will also drive the consistency. If you don't have the drive, you will not be consistent.
Yeah, like in life, I think like everyone should have a goal and like stick to that goal and just go for it. You know? Like if you have a goal and you stick to it, you'll see it through more than likely, you know. But like, if you don't have a goal, you're just afloat. You know, it's like, what are you here for? What's your goal? What are you aiming for? You need something to reach for, you know. Even if it's like not possible, it's just your imagination. Just create something.
You need that goal. And fourth, the thing you need.
You think like every leader needs to be great.
Every leader doesn't need to be great, but to be great,
You need to be a leader. No.
you need to be leading something.
You need to be leading something to be great.
Yes.
And
then-
I don't think so.
You don't gotta be a leader of people. You can be a leader of ideas,
I don't know.
a leader of inventing. Like
I don't know.
Elon Musk is
if
like
if you're a boxer and you're great at it, what are you leading?
I guess you're leading like the boxing. I don't know. Like,
you're leading your field.
Yeah, I
All right, what is Mike Tyson was leading?
He was leading boxing. He was leading the field of boxing, the art of boxing. He made it greater. He was in the forefront of it. Henceforth, he was leading it.
Yeah.
I got it.
And second of all, as a leader, you need assuredness and swiftness, which means when you make a decision, you need to act quick and to be sure of yourself. You can't be like dilly-dallying and be unsure, because the people who are following you need to know what you're putting your mind to, you're doing it, and that is how it's going. You can't be like, I think we should be doing this. Maybe we should be
Or
doing this.
maybe indecisive.
So you cannot be indecisive. You need to be assured, and you need to be swift in your actions.
Yeah, just stay firm to say true to your word.
And as much as I said that you need to be firm and swift, you also need to be. How does the best way of putting it? You need to have a good sense of reality.
Yeah, like
'Cause you can't-
always checking with reality. Don't just tap into your imagination. You know.
Because as a leader, I think that like to be a great leader, you need to be both delusional and grounded in reality at the same time.
I think one of the two factors that make great leaders is like being able to be logical and emotional at the same time. Like you can control it,
Honestly,
because like the people that will follow you.
in your words, more that is being fake.
No.
Logical and emotional at the same time. That ain't great.
No, he said he needs to control it.
Oh.
Yes,
His
you
word,
need to control it.
that
If
is being fake.
if you cannot control your emotion when something go bad, what you think gonna happen?
That's true.
Which is why before this podcast, I said niggas shouldn't cry.
What?
It all comes back. It all comes.
Hey,
It's a circle.
where this
It's a
come from?
circle.
Hey, where this
It's
come
a
from?
circle of toxicity.
Okay, so what does crying has to do with a man? Like, does that make you weak or something?
Well, depending on the place circumstances, it does make you
Are you
weak.
saying the
What I'm
leadership
saying
guy?
is you need to be in control of your
You're
emotions.
saying leaders don't cry?
I'm not saying leaders don't cry. I'm not saying they can be a little bitch about it.
I mean, like, that depends on what happened. Like, goodness. I mean, like, we're still human at the end of the day.
I never said you're not human. I never said don't cry. I said you shouldn't cry.
What make humans cry?
Like,
Is
every
the
human-
ideal you need to
Like,
be
the first
striving
thing
for.
you did when you were born was cry.
Because I was weak. Because I was weak.
I don't think so, but hey,
Crying.
if that's the route you wanna go for it.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with crying. I'm just saying you shouldn't be. You should be in
I
control.
mean,
You should be
yeah.
in control of your emotion enough to not cry.
Sometimes emotion just happen.
Sometimes crying is like.
Like sometimes crying is the best way you can handle something. Just let it out, bro. Why you keep holding on your chest?
Solving it.
You're just gonna blow up.
What happened to solving issues?
Solving issues?
To solving it.
Sometimes you need to inspire people to solve an issue. Like, say, like a black activist, like, having a speech on stage, and then they just share a tale. I'd be so inspired. Like,
Okay.
crying and telling this message.
But listen to hear what you said. That is control and manipulative.
No, that isn't manipulative. That's like, if it's just raw emotion, then I know that they in this. I know that they ain't faking. Crying
you
is
can-
something like people don't fake a lot.
Yeah.
Emotions are like a horse. You gotta reel it in.
What?
Emotions are like a horse. You gotta reel it in. The logical mind must always be on top, and controlling it.
I mean, I think it's like Mark says, they gotta be even, bro. Like sometimes you can't speak logic to emotionally, and you gotta speak emotion to logic, bro.
Which is why I'm saying logic must always be on top, driving that horse, which is emotion.
No, it's best to just have control over it.
That's what I said. You need to be on top of that horse, driving it at all
Like
times.
you say, logic need to be on top of that horse. That's not control.
The horse is the emotion. The rider of the horse needs to always be in control of the horse. Your logical side must always be in control of your horse. Sometimes it is logical for you to cry. That is not weakness.
That's manipulative.
That's exactly what he said.
That is what I said. If you're controlling your emotion, you're being manipulative. So might as well use it to the best of your ability by logically showing your emotion where it needs to be shown.
When I say controlling your emotion, it just mean in the sense that you don't get your emotion get the best of you. Like you're about to know, like in this situation, okay, this person is sad. I cannot be logical about this. Like I have to sympathize with that person at that moment and in that instant.
More, I have a saying I said sometimes it is logical to be illogical, which align with the same thing. Sometimes logic dictates that you're emotional and illogical.
What?
Sometimes logic dictates that you are emotional and illogical. And sometimes logic dictates that you cannot be emotional no matter how much it seems to be that you needs to be emotional.
I guess. I mean, like, you don't have an emotional outbreak, I guess. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying. And crying, to the most part, is people going through emotional outbreaks.
Nah.
Not really.
I said to the most part, and I said always. I said to the most part.
Hey, emotion is the only thing that inspires people, bro. Like that I have a dream speech.
Yeah, like
that was based in logic that expressed an emotion.
Yes,
yeah,
but it was very controlled. Did you hear Martin Luther King crying? Be like, the white people impressing me. I don't want to be impressed no more as a black guy.
I don't think that's what we mean by crying.
Who the fuck would have given a fuck about that?
I don't think that's what we mean by crying.
I'm just saying.
Like, shed a tear? Like, you ain't got to whine.
Like, bro, this guy was just whipping over here. Like, what the heck?
Whipping and crying are the same kind of thing.
Like, no, bro. Like, you take it to the next level.
I'm taking it to the level.
Like,
you don't know about that one manly tear, bitch? that down the right cheek.
like, bro, like you just shed a tear, bro. Like he can be the just one eye. Like,
you can shed a tear. I never said you shed a tear. I just said you can be crying like a little bitch.
like what?
That's it. Is it so wrong to ask for complete and absolute logic? In an ideal world, everybody would be absolutely logical and would know when that logic to stick it backside for them to be emotional.
Well, since you describe him as the greatest leader, purely logical, and controlling their emotions, what's some leaders that inspire you? Who do you admire?
Who do I admire?
Yeah. That examples that logic that you're talking about.
I like to think myself.
Yeah.
I believed in myself.
As a great leader?
As a great logical thinker. And also as a great leader. Not as a leader of men, but a leader of oneself. Because I believe the greatest leader are the ones who can control themselves.
One of those guys that be tough on the camera, but once he closes the closet door, he just be crying. Like,
I don't even know what. More, I preach. I say. I practice what I preach. Like I don't see the reason why not. Like if I see a reason to cry, I'll cry. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't cry like a bitch.
Okay.
It's not so wrong to say. What is controversial about that?
Hey, sometimes you just can't help it.
Sometimes you just gotta cry.
Suck it in.
Just let it go, bro.
Suck it in.
Yeah.
When you stop,
sometimes you stuck in too much. You just gotta let it go.
When you stub your toe, you feel like screaming out. You feel like screaming, but when it's at night and people are sleeping, do you scream?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I still feel the pain just because someone is sleeping doesn't mean I'm gonna just say quiet.
Well, logic dictates that you shut the fuck up and you grunt. That's what logic dictates. You grunt. You don't scream, mental.
That's really empathetic.
See? You see what I'm saying? Like, logic will always give you the best choice of things to do.
Yeah. Skip out my toes.
Huh?
Like my toes, my leg or something.
No, logic will dictate that you're being passionate about the other people who are asleep because they got work to in the morning to do. And you shut the fuck up and grunt. Be like, you grunt this shit out. What I'm saying, like, okay, you're not gonna lie. Nobody's gonna tell me that I'm not one of the most expressive people they know. I show a lot of emotion, but it's always control.
I don't know, but it's kind of weird. Like in the entirety of human history, you know, I asked you for a great leader and you name off yourself. That's crazy. And it had billions of years.
The problem with all great leaders is that they always have a major flaw to themselves, and those are flaws that I do not wish to inherit.
Oh, but that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes us human.
If you just want great leaders that I would aspire to be like, let's go with Machiavelli, the writer of The Prince, Caesar.
Caesar?
Yeah.
Julius?
Julius Caesar.
Yes,
You see what I mean? Every great leader at some point has had a fault that they fucked up on and that ended to their downfall.
That's, you know, but you could like writing a story, you know, like, you know, you write a story, like you take like different aspects of different stories and like mash them into one.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make a great story. You gotta make yourself a great leader by taking aspects of other great leaders, you know.
But I'm saying, in combining all of those, eventually you're always gonna end up having one fatal flaw.
Exactly.
And my thing is, I'm trying to avoid those fatal flaws, which is why, even though I admire them, I don't aspire to be like any of them specifically.
I don't know. I think this kind of.
You give me a name of a great leader, and I'll tell you what their problem is
What's a
now
good
for.
role model to you?
I did not come with a manual. I don't see why I gotta create one for myself. I just enjoy it. And I don't know anybody who's ever had that philosophy like that. Name that person in the comment section, and that's the great leader I want to follow and be like.
He said no one has a manual for life.
Yeah, there's no manual for life, and I'm not gonna start creating one.
Karl Marx created a manual.
But yeah, we gotta start our closing out this session podcast.
Yeah,
but
that was a good topic.
Let me do a fast round.
At least we were consistent this time.
Let me do a fast round. Martin Luther King, the nigga was 200 pacifist, nigga got killed. Gandhi, 200 pacifist, nigga got killed. Malcolm X, nigga was too aggressive, he got killed. Julius Caesar, nigga was too power hungry. His friend betrayed him because he did not know how to control them properly. And he wasn't, even his friends, he was like, "Et toi, British?" Even his best friend betrayed the nigga. So he obviously had some fatal flaws in his like personal life. Keep going. Name me more.
But the flaws inspire people, bro.
I'm not gonna say the flaw doesn't inspire people. All I'm saying is everybody has a major flaw, and I want to avoid most of those flaws. I want to be the first and the greatest of all Charles.
I know, babe.
This has been the Morning Session Podcast, brought to you by the Morning Session Studio. I am your host with the most, Orion_new style, and my co-host right next to me is.
Yo, Netflix don't worry it out.
Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Tell us who your favorite leader in history or currently is, and we will respond to you with their flaws and why we think they're stupid.
Just try to be a leader, man. Don't follow. If I don't know what would the world be like if everybody wanna lead.
It would not be a great world. Not everybody can be great.
I know.
Not everybody can be great, and not everybody can be a leader. Not everybody can be rich, and not everybody can be in history.
Huh? Everybody can.
Not everybody can be in history. The history book would be too big for that shit.
Oh, you talking about the history book? I thought he was talking about everybody being in history.
Everybody will be.
All you have to do is pass away, bro.
Everybody will be. Everybody will be history, but not everybody will be in history.
Like even this podcast right now is history. We're done with this shit. I'm out.
Again, I'm Orion_new style with my co-host.
Hey, shout out to Tito, bro. You always showed up.
Nigga, give me a name, nigga. I'm Orion_new style, signing out with my co-host.